What's up, everybody? Today I want to teach you a simple technique cue that will instantly increase the amount of weight you can lift. Too often I see people only using a portion of their true strength potential when executing the squat, the bench press, and the deadlift. This technique cue that I'm about to share with you will teach you how to use your whole body when lifting. Many people mistakenly assume that the only muscles being used in the squat are your leg muscles, the only muscles being used in the deadlift are your back muscles, and the only muscles being used in the bench press are your shoulders, pecs, and triceps. This could be considered a bodybuilding style of thinking. What this tells me is that you're imagining the squat, the bench press, and the deadlift as one directional lifts. Squat barbell up, press barbell away, pick barbell up. If you're thinking like this, you are limiting the amount of weight that you are truly able to lift. What I want you to do is start thinking of the lifts as multi-directional movements, or rather multi-directional efforts. In the squat, I want you to drive your feet into the floor and drive your upper back into the barbell. In the bench press, I want you to think about pressing the barbell away from you as well as pressing yourself away from the barbell. In the deadlift, I want you to think about moving the barbell away from the floor and moving the floor away from the barbell. Using this multi-directional effort rather than the old one-directional effort will allow you to operate on all cylinders and instantly increase the amount of weight you can lift. Let's take a minute to break down each movement and apply this multi-directional effort cue.
Let's go!
During the squat, I want you to think about pushing your feet through the floor and pushing your upper back into the barbell. It's obvious when someone is not driving their upper back into the barbell when you see their hips shoot back, or their hips shoot up and the barbell doesn't follow. They are applying force into the ground, but that energy is not being transferred into the barbell. What they need to focus on is driving their feet through the floor as well as driving their upper back into the barbell. This will keep their shoulders and hips in unison with each other as they return to the starting position. Imagine someone had their hands on your upper back and you were pushing against them, fighting to stand back up. All of what I said illustrates why a strong and tight upper back is needed to squat big weights. So, when squatting, apply force into the ground by pushing the floor away from you, as well as applying force upward into the barbell with your upper back. When deadlifting, I want you to think about picking the barbell up as well as pushing the floor away from you. When deadlifting, you need to think about two angles: the angle of your knees and the angle of your hips. You want these angles to open up and lock out simultaneously. You open up the angle of your knees by driving your feet through the floor with your quads. You open up the angle of your hips by hinging, pulling with the hamstrings, and driving the hips forward. We do not want one angle opening up faster than the other. So, for you to be able to open up both of these angles at the same time, you need to think about pulling up on the barbell as well as driving your feet through the floor. Don't mistakenly think that you need to pull up on the barbell with your arms. Pulling on the barbell, or pulling the slack out of the barbell, is achieved through a strong setup where you are using your body weight to pull the slack out of the bar. There should be a second before the bar comes off the floor where the tension in your entire body is built up and ready to be transferred into the barbell and the floor. You have to consciously fight to drive your feet through the floor, drive your shoulders up, and drive your hips forward. When bench pressing, think about pressing the barbell away from you and driving yourself away from the barbell into the bench. Doing this will keep your upper back tight throughout the entire press. Your upper back is the platform you are pressing from. A weak and loose upper back will not produce a strong bench press. Many people lose upper back tightness at the top of the movement because they reach at the end, trying to continue pressing the barbell away from their body. Pressing yourself into the bench will keep your back tight because you are smashing your upper back against the bench press pad. You'll notice some great bench pressers will lift their head on the eccentric portion of the lift, and once they reverse the barbell into the concentric portion, they drive their head back into the bench. This is an exaggerated way of driving yourself away from the barbell and into the bench. Now, understanding how to use leg drive during the bench press will maximize this cue. Putting your feet in a position that allows you to drive your feet into the floor without your butt coming off the bench will allow you to use your quads to drive through the floor, forcefully driving yourself into the bench away from the barbell. I won't go too far into how to use leg drive during the bench press because I already have a video about it, but I will give you one quick tip. With a tight upper back, shoulder blades pinched together, and a big chest, drive your feet into the floor and push yourself into the bench. Keep moving your feet back under you until you are in a position that allows you to use leg drive without your butt coming off the bench. This is how you use leg drive to press yourself into the bench while pressing the barbell away from your body. Realize you don't need to master the leg drive to benefit from this cue. You can still press the barbell away from your body while driving yourself into the bench without using leg drive. So to recap, stop thinking of applying force in only one direction during the squat, the bench press, and the deadlift. Instead, start thinking about applying force in multiple directions. Doing this will allow you to utilize your whole body to move the weight, which will instantly increase the amount of weight you can lift. So that's it, everyone. I hope this video helps. Thank you very much for watching. Please be sure to subscribe and always remember, tread untamed.